Hey, what's up guys, SpartanTrigger. Today I'll be giving you my first place ARG Providence chaos list. So let's get right into it. Grade zeros. I played Carbon as my starter. This card's just ridiculous. Because you can use where'd it go? There it is. Whatever. You against gears and other decks, if against gears, if they bounce this back to the deck, you can always use Colony Maker to get this and then to go into another card. Just so you can deck them. It's really, really good. It's 5k, and it gets you like a ton of options. It's really good. On two triggers, we play the best crit in the deck. Just shuffle it back if you need to, or if they have a lock card, you can shuffle it back and lock another back row. So it's really good. In certain matchups, you want to hold on to these, because again, the deck doesn't really have a lot of like recursion. I mean, you can play the Legion and some other stuff, but that's about it. So you gotta hold on to these so you don't deck out. So 4 of these just because it's pretty good. Crits. More crits. We're playing 8, 12 crits. This deck does not need draws. You will deck out way too quickly. And yeah, just you want to crit your opponent. That's the general strategy. Lock your opponent and crit your opponent. And then we'll get back up here. And then for the Bay heals. Because, yeah, why not? That's grade zeros. On to grade ones. We play 3 Zinc. This card's really good. So when you have a lock card, or sorry, your opponent has a lock card, put this card in a soul, counter charge 2. And then soul charge 2. So you get 3 soul and 2 unflip damage. So it's really good. Normally you can use this like once a game. I found myself using maybe 2 a game if it was certain like matchups like gears or whatever. But yeah, you're gonna use this at least maybe probably once a game. I mean, I don't think I'd play 4, but the 3 worked out perfectly. You just have to manage your counter blast really well. Next grade 1 I play is 3 Limit Break Remover. I tried 4. 4 is really good. But at the last minute, my friend told me to play the attack option, which I'm like, it's pretty good, so I'll play it. So my list is 3 of these. I could definitely understand 4 because against gears. The normal play you'll want to do is get 2 of these out as quick as possible. So they have to like purposely go into like they have to time leap into something that gets rid of 1. So they'll have to waste 1 or 2 counter blasts to get rid of 1. Normally they'll have to go into like whatever, they'll stride and then use Chrono Jet stride skill to get rid of 1. Then they could time leap a 1 into the 2 that spins this into a 0, or they go into Glimmer Breath. And so you have to forcibly make them have the cards to get rid of them, but they're making weaker plays. So yeah, and 3 Destiny Dealer, because you want to stride, and your 3s are kind of important in this deck, because they all do something. So yeah, 3 is fine. I kind of want to play 4. So yeah, I might test 4. It worked pretty well at 3. And the one tech, my friend, shout out to Rich, he told me to play is the one, Palladium. This card's really good again, like with Chaos. Gives you soul, draw. Gears will want to get rid of this just so like I have to voluntarily like lock another card instead of just using this to get a free lock and keep it locked. So it's really good. I like it as a 1-of. I mean, it came in kind of handy in top. But I don't know. I might take it out and play like another one of these or another one of these. But it worked fine. And then PGs, 4 regular PGs. So this was the biggest thing I had to like think about, was play the unflips or play these. After a ton of testing, the unflips are really good, but I decided to be safe just against like Kaiger and other stuff, just to have this, because you do need Starvader names for damage and soul and hand for Chaos' effect. I mean, you don't ever discard these, but there was one game I think I had to discard one because I had like 3 PGs in hand against gears, and I had like 40k in shield or whatever, so I needed these, or I needed the shield over this because Chrono Jet's GB2. So I don't know, I'll probably go to the unflip PGs, but these were really good, just so I could like keep the deck really consistent. So all my stuff is Starvader, or most of my stuff is Starvader. On to grade 2s. 2s, 4 iron. I see some people like 3 of it. I just decided to play 4, just because the deck really lacks like cards that make columns. So this being 11 by itself really helps, and the extra lock for 1 counterblast is pretty good. So I decided to play 4. Next 2 is 4 photon. Don't worry, I'm getting 2 more Legionnaire ones. So yeah, when your opponent has a lock card and you call this card, lock another card. It's essentially free. The only condition you need to activate this card is your opponent needs a lock card. So this with Bringer is really good. Just get those 2 locks, then you can bring out the Limit Break Remover with the starter skill, and then get Chaos and get all the draws. So yeah, card's good. Next we play 3 Colony Maker, just because I was going back between 3 of this and 3 Iron and then 4 Colony and whatever. 4 of this is really good. I actually might try that again after the event, because the card just gives you so much utility. And since I'll probably play the flip PGs, you'll have more counterblast to use, because this card's just a 1-card column maker, which is really good if we learn anything from Sword Me. Grade 3s. The grade 3s are pretty self-explanatory. It's Chaos. We are playing 4 Chaos. Card's really good. You're playing 3 Bringer. Over here. 3 Bringer. And then the tech option, again, shout out to Rich. 1 Garnet Star. The reasoning behind this was before the event, he's like, you gotta play one of it just as like a safety option, just so you don't deck out. And I'm like, okay. I mean, after testing it, it really didn't make a difference. I mean, the 4th Bringer, like, I get it. Like 4/4 is just for like insurance. You're gonna like always have Chaos. Like legitimately, like this card, like it did really good in top, but every other time I never used it. It's just like was a dead card. I used this in the finals and top 4 against my friend Bailey. Shout out to you, bro. We had really good games. So yeah, I mean the card's pretty good. Just put 4 cards back, because you do tend to draw and soul charge a lot with like some of the cards. Like with the Zinc, the 2 cards do add up. Where the games you have to use multiple Zincs just to like out your opponent's plays. So yeah, I'd probably keep the 3 line. It worked really really well. This card like is really good in certain situations. Onto the G zone. There you go, Blade. No one loves you. So first card is Universe. This card is amazing. This card just, oh my god, I can't get over how stupid this card is. So, GB, it's Generation Break, kind of last one, of course. You choose an open rear card circle your opponent has, and they place a card in their hand there as locked. And then GB2, you can lock another card. So the combo with this is normally, you'll go first one, you go Counterblast, choose something in their front row, they choose a circle, you choose a circle in their front row, lock it. Then you call Palladium or whatever from the deck, and then you make it so your opponent only has 1 or 2 attacks. And then the next turn you go into this, lock, they have 1 attack, and then you just draw with Chaos, and then you continue to try and lock, and it's really really good. This card's really dumb. Yeah, this is like normally my first strat in most games, because really there's nothing else that you can really go into besides 1 other card in the deck. Then we have 4 Big Crunch, because Crunch is good. You can Mega Lock up to a column for 1 Counterblast, and yeah, just ensures like you get more locks, which is good. This card's pretty good. I didn't really use it as much. I used it more against Gears because I don't want them to get their time leap combos. Like I'll lock the like column like with Melon or like just a 2 and like any 2 column like with it, because you have really good utility 2s. So I'll lock like that with like a trigger or whatever when they try and play down a field early to counteract Universe. Judgment, this is like the one card which a lot of people will be like, why did you playing that over Blizza? I like Blizza, but the problem was I was having is, since I'm not playing the unflip PGs, the 1 Counterblast can really make a big difference late game. Plus this, you can go into this first, just be like, up to 26 on hit, I lock something? Come on, let it hit. And like, most people are like, okay, it'll hit, you can lock down 1 terrible card. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I might take it out, but I mean, there's really no other like decent first turn stride besides Universe, because some games you want to keep the Universe as your second and third stride just to use the GB2. So yeah, then we have 3 Amnesty, aka the Money Dragon for Link Joker, which is gonna be cheap soon. I gotta get my secrets. I used this like a couple times. Using the mirror when I was playing against just was it Standard Legion Starvaders, just Blaster Joker, Venom Dancer, and Swiss, and I was like, oh my gosh. I hate this matchup, it's so bad. It's so bad. This guy used this card like 2 turns in a row, and then he double crit me. And then I double crit him, and it was bad. So yeah, that's all the strides. G-Guards, 2 Screw, you build a Pam, this card's amazing, 25k shield. If if you wanna. Dismal. You don't like DP in the cross, so you play this card. It's really, really good. And then the one G guard, which actually is really bad, is this guy, Devin Maxwell. I actually used him in the finals, I think in top, if I remember correctly. So what he does when you play him, you can lock a card to get an extra 5k shield. So I'd normally be like have double limit break enablers on the board. Lock one, so I'd have a 9k column. I'm like, okay, this can just go like attack for air, or like attack interceptor or whatever. Or if I get a trigger, I could like poke for 14. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, I like the card. Hopefully they get like another decent G guard. But this isn't that bad. I mean, the card's pretty underrated. I mean, the lock for the extra 5k if you like prep your field, because there are games where you have to call like a colony maker to get something, and you'll move it in the back row and have an 11k in the front. So you can always just lock another 2 or something you have in the back row, like. And this is also pretty decent in the mirror, or against like Messiahs or whatever, just because you get that extra lock, and then prep for that amnesty turn. So yeah, that was my first place ARG Providence deck profile, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Rate, comment, sub. I'll have more profiles up hopefully soon. I'm busy with school and work, so yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna get these Legion rare. So yeah, rate, comment, sub. Thanks, guys. Bye.